a busload of politicians was driving down a country road near Galway when suddenly a tire blew, the bus ran off the road and crashed into an old farmer's barn. The old farmer got off his tractor and went to investigate the accident. Soon, he dug a large hole and he buried the entire busload. Several days later, the sheriff came and saw the crashed bus, but no bodies. And he asked the farmer where all the politicians had gone. Sure, and I buried them, he said. The sheriff said, Lordy, were they all dead? Said the old farmer, well, some said they weren't. But you know them, crooked lot politicians. Sorry. We're just 19 days from the presidential elections here in the United States. The airwaves and the newspapers and other media are serving up campaign stories 24/7. The U.S.C.C.B., the Bishops' Conference, has issued statements to help guide our conscience formation on 7 pillars to consider. And I should just add that in the Catholic Church, bishops, priests, unless they're rogue, do not engage in partisan politics. It's just not the thing to do, because we have to maintain our freedoms to serve Christ and not parties. But in any case, the Bishops' Conference says these are 7 issues that are really important, and we should know about them. Number 1, abortion and life issues. Again, you hear about in vitro fertilization and contraceptives and all of that. Number 2, family life. And number 3, the economy. And number 4, foreign policy. No, it's wars in the Middle East and in Ukraine. Number 5, immigration. And number 6, care of the creation. And number 7, care of the elderly. Those are the 7 pillars. And if you want more information, the church never intends to side with one party over another. Its concern is to help form our consciences and to engage us as faithful citizens to vote, to encourage us. The USCCB's website has more solid information on that, so just go at usccb.com. In this spirit of responsible citizenship, I'd like you to consider the witness of Ignatius Martyr of Antioch. He died in the year 107 AD. And there's actually a tradition that the little boy that Jesus called over when he said to the disciples, unless you become like little children, that little boy grew up, became a bishop, and became the Bishop of Antioch. And now this is not an article of faith, but the tradition is that Ignatius was that little boy that Jesus blessed and laid hands on. So when the Emperor Trajan came to Antioch, he forced Christians to renounce Christ and to worship the emperor. No freedom. The Bishop Ignatius refused, and Trajan condemned him to die a violent death by wild beasts in the arena in Rome. On the long journey to Rome, thank God, he wrote 7 letters, beautiful summaries of the faith, 5 to churches in Asia Minor, and encouraging them to be faithful to God and to obey their bishops and priests. And he warns them against false teachings, providing them with solid truths of the Christian faith. The 6th letter he wrote to St. Polycarp, Bishop of Smyrna, who himself was to be burned at the stake as a martyr for the faith. And the 7th and final letter was to the Christians in Rome. And in that letter, he begged them not to try to stop his martyrdom. And so I quote, "The only thing I ask is to allow me to offer the libation of my blood to God I am the wheat of the Lord. May I be ground by the teeth of the beast to become the immaculate bread of Christ. Ignatius bravely met the lions in the Circus Maximus. His great concern was for unity and good order in the church. Even greater was his willingness to suffer martyrdom. He embraced it, in fact. He did not draw attention to his own sufferings, but the love of God, which strengthened him, taught him the price of commitment, and he would not deny Christ, even to save his own life. St. Ignatius of Antioch, we remember him today. St. Ignatius, pray for us. Amen.